Hello! It is book haul day, so we are going to look at the things that I picked up in the month of February, and I am very pleased to report that these books are ones that I have already read. Some of these were books that I listened to on audio and wanted to get a physical form of, or got from the library and wanted a physical copy, or I pre-ordered them and I've already read them because I'm just that girl this year. So let's actually start with a couple of non-book items that are bookish because I'm very excited about both of them. So first of all, I did pick up a book journal this year from an Etsy seller. I got the recommendation from this from Books and Lala's comparison against different book journals, and I realized that it filled a good gap because my best friend for Christmas got me this super cool planner that has like astrology stuff in it. So like it has on different days what the moon phase is, if Mercury is in retrograde, because you know that we need to know that. It's a really well set up journal for kind of like reflection as well as sort of just appointments and stuff. But the only thing it didn't do as well was have space for book stuff. So when I saw her making that comparison, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect because this is laid out so well for content creators. I'm not sure how useful it would or wouldn't be to somebody who's not a content creator, but for me, it is perfectly laid out. This is perfect for planning videos and for summarizing what is going on in my bookish life. I will say the quality of this paper and stuff is not the best, and I would not recommend using like a super inky pen on it, but your normal like Bic pen is just fine. And it also has this cool spread at the end where it has the little book, top 15 books in it. It's got some good like award / best of the year information as well as a nice little visualization of statistics. So anyway, this filled a good gap for me in terms of my overall planning for life. So I was excited to get that recommendation right when I was looking for something like that. And then I also got a gift, a belated Christmas gift from one of my best friends called A Far, Far Better Thing to Do, a Lit Lovers Activity Book. And this is actually created by one of our local bookshop owners. And it's so cute. It's got like little like puzzles and trivia and things that you can color. I don't know. I just thought this was super cute and very thoughtful. One of the spreads I saw that cracked me up, where was it? I think it was called Spinster or Not. And it had a bunch of female authors for you to guess. Yeah, spinster, yay or nay. I thought that was super cute. So anyway, I'm gonna keep this next to my reading chair for when I'm watching TV or whatever to have something to kind of doodle and do with my hands. So neither of those were books, but bookish. So then let's go to books that I have already read, but I got a physical copy of. So maybe we should start with the 4 books that I got from the Bookish Realm nonfiction recommendation video that I did. So I did a vlog where I read Ashley from Bookish Realm's nonfiction recommendations. I actually thought that was a video that was going to take me a lot longer. I started it in January and thought it would take me till March to get through all of it, but the books were great and just timing with the library ended up being quite serendipitous. And from those books, I picked up 4 additional ones that I'm going to keep in my collection because there were a lot of super good and very thought-provoking nonfiction recommendations in there. So we've got In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. This is a memoir, and actually somebody clued me in that in the physical version of this, it has a choose your own adventure element to it. So this makes me want to go back through the physical book. Like, see, it says go to page this whatever. It makes me want to go back through the physical book and re-experience it. But I got a physical copy of this one. We then have Twisted by Emma Dabiri, and this is about the history of Black hair culture, including African hair culture. And I thought this had a lot of really interesting, thought-provoking content for me as a white woman and reflecting on beauty standards and how they are different across different racial phenotypes. And then also, yeah, just like philosophically, this made me want to dip into some more African philosophy. So I picked this up. I picked up a physical copy of Hood Feminism, Notes from the Women That a Movement Forgot by Mickey Kendall. Really, really good and pairs very well with the other book that I got, which is Bad Fat Black Girl by Cecily Bowen. I think these two are absolutely a fantastic reading companion if you are looking for just good nonfiction in general, but I think also these would be really good dual book club picks for people to talk about because they have a lot of similar kind of content, but with slightly different genres of nonfiction. So it just is hitting a lot of the same content in slightly different ways. So anyway, some really good nonfiction reading. And I guess maybe we should just polish off the other nonfiction I've read but have a physical copy of. So one of them was Black Love Matters. Real talk on romance being seen in happily ever afters, edited by Jessica Pride. I read this, I think in December. I had an arc of this, but I wanted to get a physical copy because there were some very thought-provoking essays in here. You know, highs and lows as with most essay collections, but some really thought-provoking ones that I wanted to have as reference. And also, I just love collecting literary studies in the romance genre, romance and mystery in particular. I like literary studies of, so wanted to grab a physical copy of that. And then from Target, well, this is a whole, you'll see this in a future video, but anyway, I'm on like I'm reevaluating or sort of like reassessing where I am in my spirituality, and I've been in kind of a seeking mode recently, so I impulse bought 2 books from Target about kind of like mysticism. So this one is the Modern Witchcraft Book of Tarot, and it just has, I had another book that kind of told me like different meanings of tarot cards, but I actually like the way that this was formatted better, and it was a little bit more detailed. And then 2 mysteries that I pre-ordered and got and read. This you saw in my Instagram Secretly Picks My TBR vlog. This is The Appeal by Janice Hallett. Really fun, told through sort of mixed media, so like emails, texts, flyers, things like that. Yeah, this was really just a fun whodunit mystery set in a small town. And then Abandoned in Death is the, no, it doesn't say what number, but like 54, 55 somewhere-ish book in the In Death series from JD Robb / Nora Roberts. This one I thought was kind of slow burn-ish, but once it got going, it really got going. So yeah, I really like the way this one ended, and all in all, I just continued to love that series. Okay, and then we do have a nice little stack of things that I have not yet read. So continuing from my impulse buying at Target, The House Witch, Your Complete Guide to Creating a Magical Space with Rituals and Spells for Hearth and Home by Erin Murphy Hiscock. This also was appealing to me the day I was thinking about such matters in Target. So this is a cute little reference book, and I have dipped in and out of it. I'm not sure that I'll like read this front to back, but I like this so far as a little reference. Also at Target that day, I picked up another bind up from Nora Roberts. So they have been doing a lot of bind-ups of Nora Roberts' backlist at Target over the last year or two, and anytime they have a new one that has books in it that I haven't read yet and or don't have in a different format, I do go ahead and pick them up. So this one is called The Magic Circle, and it has Captivated and Entranced in it, and let's look at the original pub dates. These were both originally released in '92. So these are some older Nora Roberts ones, but it's nice to have them sometimes in like a physical form as I'm making my way through her entire backlist / oeuvre. Then I did pick up a copy of A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem by Amanda Collins. This is our Blades and Bodice Ripper book club pick for April. So this is Amanda's pick, so it will be on her channel, which is The Naughty Librarian. And this is a historical romance. I read one other thing from Amanda Collins and did enjoy it, and yeah, I don't know. It's what we picked for book club, so I will be reading this in April. Then at the library, I had to give back The Belly of the Beast, The Politics of Anti-Fatness as Anti-Blackness by Deshawn L. Harrison. I had an ebook copy, but I had to give it back and there was a long line, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up a physical copy. I need to get back into this. I am that far in. This is really interesting and really challenging. It is specifically kind of talking about anti-fatness and anti-blackness against mask-presenting people, and how traditionally these discourses are very focused on femme-presenting people. So yeah, a very thought-provoking little book, and I am gonna do one. I did my wellness aesthetic video, but then I'm also gonna do a video about fat phobia, and definitely one of the pillars of that is racism. So I felt like this was a relevant book for me to read before I do that video. So I will definitely polish this off at some point. And then before we get to some of my collection items, I have 2 more books I haven't read from the same author, Anthony Horowitz. I picked up a new copy of The Moonflower Murders because I absolutely love magpie murders, so excited to dive back into this world and the sort of book within a bookness of it. And then at the used bookstore, I found a copy, a very nice, like, new copy of The Sentence is Death, which is also by Anthony Horowitz, but the meta-ness in this series is that Anthony Horowitz is a character in the series. So I already have The Word is Murder, so I have both of those now and both of these now. So 2 Anthony Horowitz's, I guess for the price of one, because I only had to pay cash for one, the other I used store credit. And then finally, I have some exciting new entries in my various book collections. So first of all, also at the used bookstore, I found one of the Borders editions of Agatha Christie books. I foolishly, though I suspect I did this because I just didn't have enough space for it, so not foolishly, but sadly maybe, I gave away the copies I had gotten at Borders of this particular line back in the day, so whenever I see editions of like this popping up at the used bookstore that I don't already have, I'll go ahead and pick them up. So this is the Evil Under the Sun version that I got from McKay's. Then an Everyman's Library Pocket Poet edition went on sale for I think $9, and it was the Baudelaire version. I have read and enjoyed Baudelaire. I had to read him in French for some of my upper level French courses in university, so yeah, I like his poetry, and when I saw this was on sale, I scooped it up. Then in my ever-growing collection of the Penguin Vita books, I got We by Evgeny Zemyatin, and I have heard zero things about this other than it is in the line. And as I have mentioned before, my theoretical someday project is that I'm going to read all of the Penguin Vitas that I have not yet read. That will happen at some point, not today, but this is the latest one that I added to my collection. And then the coup de grace of this haul, and any haul where a Penguin clothbound shows up in, we did have a new release in the Penguin clothbound line, and that was Ulysses by James Joyce. Nice chunky big boy. This is one that I will tell you right now is purely a collection buy versus a I'm gonna read this at some point buy, because first I read the Dubliners, and I actually really liked that. I really liked the short story collection. Then I read Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, and I really enjoyed the first half of it and hated the second half. And then I attempted to read this at one point. So I guess maybe this is a DNF. I attempted to read this at one point. I'm having 0% fun in this, so no more. But you know, love me some Coralie Bickford Smith. I just realized the next release is also one that I have zero interest in reading, but it's an even more beautiful cover, which is On the Road. I should have that for the next haul that we do. But anyway, this is really cute. It's got the little turrets and the little keys, very cute. And I always love a new installment in that collection, and I'm gonna have to do like a reorganization of those shelves here shortly because we are running out of space on those shelves, which is exciting. So anyway, that is definitely the star of this entire video, is a new Penguin clothbound classic. And I was just looking at the footage and realized that we had stopped recording when I was talking about stats. So I wanted to mention that for this month, we are -9 for my overall TBR because I read a lot of things that had been on my TBR. So basically, while I did bring in new books into my collection, including ebooks, physical books, audiobooks, whatever, I brought in a good number of them. Overall, I am down 9 books for my overall TBR based on what I read. And then for the year, I am also down by 4 at this point. So I have 4 fewer books in my TBR than I did at the beginning of the year. So pretty good so far. Here's hoping we keep this energy going for the rest of the year. That seems like that is unlikely, but we'll see if we can do it. And that does it for this haul. Definitely let me know if you are interested in any of the books that we talked about or any exciting books that you have bought recently. And yeah, I think that will do it for me for now. I'll see you this weekend. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, follow me on the social medias if you are so inclined. I have all that information listed in the description box below, and I think that will do it. I hope you're having an absolutely lovely day today, and I will just talk to you soon. Bye!